Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that all of you are doing amazing today and having a wonderful day. So this message is going to find you today around 1 a.m. So let's see what the Spirit wants to communicate to you whenever this message finds you. What is the message that you need to hear in this specific time? Spirit, what is the message for the people who are watching? I'm hearing this is going to be very important for you. And I'm hearing there is a lot coming your way. A lot of which you can sense and in a way predict. You do have the Seven of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So this is about a major shift that there is something that you're overcoming here is what Spirit is pointing out. Like I'm getting that you're overcoming an obstacle that you have been facing for a long amount of time. There has been an obstacle, there has been an opposition, and you're finally overcoming something like this. Because I'm hearing that the way for you is being paved. We do have the Ten of Wands, okay? So I'm also getting that there is a lot of work ahead of you, but all of this work is going to lead to a lot of prosperity. We have the Four of Wands. Yeah, so hard work that assures stability, that assures success. Some of you are maybe also buying a home or moving to a more long-term residence. But I feel like Spirit wants to say that the hard work is going to lead to prosperity. It's going to lead to fruition, the labor. You're building something very stable. You're building something very solid for your future. And I also feel that your resilience is very admirable. I'm hearing from the Spirit. You're a very admirable person because you don't give up, because you always keep going. And I feel like a lot of people, if they were in your position, they would have quit by now. But your resilience and your will to keep going even further is going to lead to I'm hearing for some of you, you might even get to retire at a very young age, or you might get to buy a home at a very young age, or you might get to buy a really luxurious big home. I'm seeing this is something that's in your future. I feel like whatever you're working towards, it's going to lead to long term you having a lot of security and a lot of stability, because I feel like you're not somebody who's taking shortcuts, you know. And something that I'm seeing for you in the future is a very happy and healthy family and a very big, beautiful home. Because I feel that through your life, you're going to encounter the right people and you're going to be able to create such a community, such a beautiful community. We also have the Tower. So in this time of your life, you're undergoing a major foundational change. So a lot of you could be moving in this time. You could be changing your jobs, or maybe changing your relationships. But this foundational change that's happening for you in this time is necessary for your future. So don't be afraid of change. I feel like Spirit wants you to be courageous in this time and to make the change. Something foundational is changing for you in this time. I feel that this is also the big thing that's approaching you, that you're sensing, and maybe sometimes it's making you feel a little bit uncomfortable, right? Change can make us feel uncomfortable, but it's almost as if like the structure is changing so that you can build something more prosperous for the long term. The structure of your life. Something foundational is changing in your life. What is the message meant to find you around 1 a.m.? Okay, I'm feeling these two cards specifically. You also have the White Swan card. So the White Swan, this is, I feel, your time of coming. This is your time of coming. This is your time of becoming as well. I feel like you're transforming into the swan in this time. You could have always felt like the outsider, or always maybe felt like you're the odd one out throughout your life. Maybe you've always felt very misunderstood, and you could felt misunderstood even by your own family. I feel with the Tower, maybe you always felt like you lacked structure in your life. You always felt like you lacked security, or your life could have been very stressful. Maybe you have had a lot of difficult times that you feel like you had to go through yourself. But the power of the divine grace is within you, saying that I feel like maybe you had a spiritual awakening during a difficult period of your life, or this is the time when you maybe didn't have support by the people in your life, but you felt the divine awakening within you to support you. The connection to divine guidance is within you with the white eagle as well. I feel like there is a lot of spiritual energy around you. And it almost feels to me like you were the chosen one. There is this energy about you that you were specifically chosen to fulfill a mission. And the lack of structure, the lack of security in your life was there to ensure that you do pursue your mission. Because if you did feel secure all the time, if you did feel comfortable all the time, you wouldn't be seeking this mission. You wouldn't be pursuing this journey right now. So yes, maybe things have felt a bit difficult, but eventually you will see that without that struggle, or without that uncomfortable, uncertain energy in your life, you wouldn't have chosen the more braver path, the less walked path. So this is something that's really relevant, I feel, to your character, is that you hold a lot of resilience within you. And we also have stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. So maybe this is something that you're also starting to realize in this time. You're starting to realize that certain aspects of your life have led you to where you are specifically for a reason. And I feel like you're starting to see your situation in a different way. You're starting to see your life, your current situation in a different way during this period. I'm hearing that something about you stands out. You're meant to walk a different path. You're not meant for the conventional route. And I'm also hearing that you were never meant to fit in. Okay, what is your angel number message, Spirit, for the person who is watching this reading? What do they need to hear right now around 1 a.m.? Okay, I am expanding 3-3. Any positive changes or projects you are considering right now will be worth your while. Expect that your power to manifest and create will be heightened. So 3-3, this is about influence. So you're meant to be influential. You're meant to influence the masses in some way. That's what you have been chosen to do. So through your projects, through your creative energy, this is crazy. We have 3-3-3 again. So your creative power is one of your biggest strengths. And if you're planning to release any projects during this time, it's going to lead to a lot of wealth. First of all, I feel that your way to wealth is through creativity, is through projects, maybe music for some of you, or being an influencer, or something like that, right? I feel like you are meant to impact the world through your creativity, through your creative powers. And if you're planning on releasing anything in this time, if you're planning on creating things, projects, don't be afraid to put in the work, because it will lead to wealth and prosperity. And that's something that I really heard for you right away in the beginning, is that whatever you're currently working on is going to lead to a lot of wealth and prosperity for you long term. What else is the message for you? What do you need to hear around this time, Spirit, for the person who is watching this? Okay, we have the opportunities and growth card, the Pilgrim. So this time of your life is full of opportunities for growth. And I feel like the opportunities that are currently available for you is your creative power. So projects, releases, things that you want to create, this is how you're going to expand. This is how you're going to get seen. These are your opportunities for growth. And again, change can be uncomfortable, right? I feel like maybe you're also, I feel like for a while you do have your stubbornness and inflexibility. So for a while you could have felt very stuck because you, in a way, were being stubborn with yourself. I do feel like you have a very resilient and stubborn character, and sometimes maybe that gets in your way because you refuse to acknowledge the small opportunities. Sometimes you avoid them because you know that it's going to lead to somewhere beautiful. You know, we do that because we know that it's going to require change, and change triggers our body. It makes us feel uncomfortable. So during this time, I feel like you're more open to growth. You're more open to the opportunities that are available. You know that they're going to lead to change. And yes, maybe that scares you, but at the end of the day, I feel that what you're planning to create will lead to so much wealth for you and so much prosperity, and you're not going to regret choosing this path. Okay, I want to get some final guidance for you. Is there any other messages that are meant to find you during this hour? I assume some of you may be going to bed soon. What is the message that you need to hear right now? Something is awakening within you is also what I'm getting. You're starting to understand. You're starting to gain more information that's going to be helpful to you. And I'm also hearing that when your success arrives, it's not going to make sense to a lot of people. I feel like you're going to have that kind of success that people try to like analyze, and you know, like how there is some celebrities or some people who become so successful in such like an unexpected way, or in a way that, you know, can only be described like it was luck, or maybe it was even planted for them, right? But I feel for you, it's you're just in the right place at the right time, and the way that your success appears, it's going to be very fascinating to people because it might happen in a very short amount of time, in a very massive way, or it might come out of nowhere as well. Like people might not expect this from you, especially people who are close to you. Wow, we have a feather coming out. A lot of white feathers, right? So know that you're being supported. Listen to Spirit. Spirit speaks softly through signs, silence, and the stirrings in your heart. So this card is reminding you that this reading is just a sign. It's a synchronicity from your guides to tell you that yes, they do exist and they do communicate with you. And sometimes when we are in difficult periods, we can start to doubt, are our guides really there? Is Spirit, is Source really there for us? Because, you know, it's not physical. It's not something that we can see, but it's something that we just have to feel and rely on that feeling. Rely on the signs, rely on the silence even sometimes, because silence does hold meaning as well. But one of the biggest indicators that you're connected with Spirit is that your heart feels passion. Is that you feel passionate about something. You can feel angry and passionate at the same time, but you still feel passion. You still feel a calling, a nudging towards a certain direction. And if you just listen to it, this is your Spirit's guidance on what you need to do next, where you need to go next, and what you need to do. So be inspiring. You know, we do have the lighthouse. I feel like you are meant to inspire people. You are meant to shine. You are meant to express. This is something that is in your nature, and it's in your destiny and faith. And I feel like a lot of you have chosen to walk this path, which is not that easy. There has been a lot of obstacles, but just because an obstacle arises doesn't mean that a path is not meant for you. It just means that there is resistance on the path, built because of your character, because of your personality, which is something that we conquer on this earth as humans. It's what we're here to learn. It's what we're here to move past. So I feel like this is the message that you need to hear. Take this as a sign to keep pursuing your path, because you're on the trajectory to a lot of wealth, prosperity, and success. You're different than everyone else, but you're also chosen for this mission specifically because you can fulfill this role and this mission. So that's what I have for your reading today. I hope that this resonated with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.